Welcome to Customer Service Essentials Training. I'm Regina Brown, and in this session, we'll be discussing the essential characteristics of customer service. We all know great customer service when we receive it. We get the results we expect in a timely and professional manner, and the individual we're working with is knowledgeable, polite, and positive. They answer our questions and ensure we have all the information we need before ending or finalizing a transaction. We never feel rushed or that we're asking too many questions. Setting standards for exceptional customer service begins at the department level and starts with you. When your role within an organization requires that you deal with others, you should always remember that the quality of customer service that they receive reflects on you and your department. A great customer service experience begins and ends with you. You must be competent in your position to give great service. If you don't know what your job is, it's impossible to help someone else when they have questions or need information. You should give the individual you're dealing with your complete attention and courtesy. Listen attentively to what they're saying and always be polite, polished, and positive in tone and manner during your interactions. When appropriate, ask open-ended questions to ensure you understand the nature and specifics of their request. Use your best manners when responding. This isn't the time for slang or ambiguous words. Use proper names and titles and show respect. Be positive, patient, and show empathy, especially if your customer is frustrated or angry. Your goal is to provide the customer with the answers and information they need in a timely and professional manner. Be proactive. If you're able to prevent a similar problem from happening, or you can provide additional information and resources that will help, go the extra mile. End your conversation by asking your customer if they need anything else, and always thank them. One of the core principles of customer service is understanding that without customers, you'll have no business, and without business, you'll have no job. Once you acknowledge that this relationship drives your organization, you'll develop a greater appreciation and understanding of your customers, and you'll work to cultivate and nurture those relationships. Never take your customers for granted or show them less than the utmost courtesy they deserve. Your attitude and conduct, whether it's in person, on the phone, or via electronic communications, should always be professional. The service you give as a product, don't let it be deficient. If you don't like dealing with others, it will show in your interactions and the service you give. Some other crucial components of service include active listening, patience and empathy, the ability to de-escalate tensions, exceeding customer expectations, and ensuring satisfaction. We'll talk about these in greater detail. When someone calls you for information, direction, or help, are you really listening to them? Are you attentive to the person you're dealing with, or are you more interested in getting them off the phone or out of your office? When you're not fully engaged, you're likely to miss important details, and this could prevent you from fully understanding the issue at hand and resolving it properly. Give the customer your full attention. Keep outside distractions to a minimum. This isn't a time to multitask. Don't interrupt them when they're speaking. Once you have all the information you need, you'll be able to help. When you're working face-to-face with a customer, you need to keep an attentive gaze, nod your head to indicate agreement and understanding, and smile when appropriate. Don't glance at your cell phone, computer, watch, or clock. Be present, be patient. While we can't always provide the outcome the customer wants, we can be empathetic and personable. And remember, although we want to go above and beyond in the service we deliver, don't make promises you can't keep. It'll destroy your credibility. It's much better to pleasantly surprise the customer with a quicker than anticipated turnaround time or resolution than to miss a deadline. Empathy involves putting yourself in another person's position, in this case, the customer's. It's considering how you'd feel in the same situation and delivering the type of service you'd want to receive. Make sure you take the time to fully understand the nature of the questions and problem and what the customer is trying to accomplish. Ask relevant questions to ensure you understand what the customer wants and when they need it. If someone's received inaccurate information, apologize for the misunderstanding in a diplomatic and tactful manner. Be patient. Don't rush the customer, make assumptions, or be dismissive. When your customer is an internal department, try to be especially patient with new employees since they may not know the processes or policies. Put yourself in their shoes and guide them to the correct solution. When you're dealing with an angry or difficult customer, it's essential that you remain calm and diplomatic during the exchange. Try not to disrupt the person. Let them explain what happened and what they're trying to accomplish. Get the facts and relevant details necessary to resolve the issue or find out who can. Sometimes a person just needs to vent their frustrations, and that's okay, as long as they're not abusive or threatening to you. Too often, a difficult customer is someone who's been passed around from one person or department to the next, and they've had to repeat their problem countless times. That's one of the fastest ways to anger someone. Don't just pass the customer to another coworker without getting all the facts. If you can't solve the problem, reassure the person you'll find out who can. Stay focused on the details of the problem so you can implement a strategy for resolving it. Resolving the issue may just be a simple matter of taking the time to explain information to the person so they understand. Remember, remain calm, listen intently, show empathy, stay focused, refrain from assigning blame. If you're the person who will be handling the issue, try to arrive at a solution that's acceptable to the customer and compliant with policies and procedures. If you're not the person resolving the issue, make sure you direct the customer to the correct individual. When you transfer a customer, make sure you provide the new party with all the information the customer's given you. That way, the customer doesn't have to repeat themselves again. We've all had to deal with angry and frustrated customers. Maintaining a calm demeanor and well-modulated tone of voice is essential to de-escalating a tense interaction. Let the customer speak, don't interrupt them. Listen intently to what they're saying to determine the root cause of the problem and what they're trying to accomplish. It's always helpful to use words and phrases that let the customer know you understand their frustration. Politeness is key. Expressing to the customer that you're sorry they've had difficulties, that you understand how they feel, will go a long way towards calming the person and diffusing a tense situation. The phrases above will convey to the customer that you understand their frustration. Sometimes it's best to let the customer vent, especially if they feel no one has listened to them. While you don't have to take abuse from a customer, you do have to work with them. So practicing some of these phrases should help you the next time you have to deal with an upset person. Exceeding customer expectations should always be your goal. When we exceed expectations, we resolve issues ahead of schedule, we identify and prevent future problems from occurring, and we take the initiative to ensure our customers receive all the appropriate guidance and answers they need. If your customer must wait for a specific resolution, Set a follow-up time to get back to them and keep it. Even if you don't have an answer at that point, at least let them know you're continuing to work on the issue and assure them that you haven't forgotten about them. Before closing out a ticket, make sure you've addressed all the issues the customer has presented. Don't do half the work and expect full credit. No matter the outcome, always thank the person. Your customers should never feel that they've inconvenienced you with their questions or concerns. If their concerns are pressing enough for them to reach out for assistance, it's your job to help them. Your primary goal should be timely, professional response that cultivates the relationship. The goal of great customer service is to provide the individual with the product or outcome they want in a professional manner. Often your interactions with customers are routine in nature and can be handled quickly with little effort. Other times, they'll require research and possibly the input of another colleague. When you arrive at an answer or resolution, it should be in line with the original request whenever possible. You should always ask the customer if they've received what they needed before ending your conversation with them. Pay attention to their responses. You may find they provide excellent solutions and suggestions that will help you should other customers have the same questions or experiences. It's an opportunity to extend goodwill to the person and grow in your knowledge and confidence. Here are some common sense things you can do to ensure you provide great customer service. Think about manners. Be polite during the exchange with your customer. Use good grammar and address the customer in a professional and friendly tone of voice. Think about the type of service you'd want to receive and use empathy, especially in difficult situations. When you're helping customers and clients, it's imperative that you're focused on the job at hand. Tune out distractions when you're working with people. Noises that keep you from fully focusing on your work. Each person and challenge is unique, so don't assume you know everything about that issue. While it may end up being routine, the customer may provide a unique piece of information or detail that casts a different light on their request. As discussed earlier, don't assign blame or solely the reputation of others within the organization. It's unprofessional and it makes you look bad. All the customer is really interested in is their satisfaction. By handling issues in a seamless and professional manner, you elevate the company and yourself. Customers are both internal and external to an organization. Everyone you interact with is a customer. The use of manners, active listening, and empathy are essential to de-escalating tensions. Be attentive and ask relevant questions to ensure you have a full understanding of the problem. Understand the nature of the issue and the desired results the person is seeking. Refrain from placing blame on others. Failures or mistakes should not be addressed with customers. Placing blame is unprofessional. Be a professional, competent ambassador for your organization.